here come the lights. Let's get ready to go racing from Long Beach. And we are green and we are away. And wow, Herman did not get a good start, but Marto and Lamy stormed away off the front of the grid. And they're side by side. And I'll tell you what, Lamy looks like he's got the better side. He's just ahead of the wrecking already as we head through the fountain for the first time. Nose to tail, everyone slotting their way through. It's going to be interesting to see if they manage to get through there, as I think there might have been a bit of an... Oh, there has been an incident into the fountain as we come round to complete lap one. And what a lap it has been. Some big names gone already. And already starting to see some gaps emerge. The top two breaking away. McIntyre having to defend, but grabs went to go round the outside. Couldn't get it turned in, locked up.
You know, you might see throughout this race some of the guys who maybe are struggling a bit. Ooh, and that's a little incident for Westman and Kessler. Kessler's been very up and down this lap. He was drifting it through turn 5. As they now go side by side all the way down this main straight. It's going to be a very important braking zone into turn 1. And I think Kenzie just has it covered off. And now we see Soares trying to go for a move on Westman. They're nearly 3 wide. And Westman losing 2 places on that main straight.
Marto leads 2.5 seconds after 9 laps is the gap between himself and Jerome Lamy. I mean, Jerome Lamy is no slouch whatsoever, is he, Aaron? And it just shows that Marto, he's just that cut above the rest, isn't he?
Yeah, Marto really has shown, especially last season and this season in iGP, that he is a force to be reckoned with, and he has moved slightly away from the Formula 3 car in recent times, but nevertheless he's still just a man to go to if you want to be quick in this car. You just got to take extra care, especially around here. But let's see if Chuck Mara can finally get this move done and move himself up into 26th place. Yes, he can. Good move from Chuck Mara.
Let's have this replay give us a lovely view of how he managed to do it. Well, is this going to be a lock-up here from Ronnie? Because Vessi's a long old way back. Oh, so close to losing it.
Oof. That's getting very close. That's made me a little bit nervous there. I thought Mayorga was going to maybe punt McIntyre off, but and look at that. Jacob being very opportunistic and makes his way up into 26th place. Very, very good move from Jacob.
Cracking little series that. Doesn't get enough love of what it should do, as we're seeing Soares just defending from the flying fin that is. Vestman is, well, thinking that was going to be brave. A lot having to go around the outside.
Yeah, you get on throttle a fraction of a second too early, or if you hit that bump the wrong way, then yeah, you will get sent round, and this track is not very forgiving, as Putinig's getting himself up into 13th place, getting ahead of Richard Van Veen, who's had a pretty decent race, these two have. And surely Leonardo in the slipstream will get this move done into turn 1, going down the inside, braking at about the 270 meters, and gets the move done. And that's very close with Jerome behind.
Yeah, Lamy nearly had his front wing cut off him there as he looked to slot through, and well, all you can see is he's losing time to Marto, but he can't get his way through. Now,
these guys are going to have to think a little bit, but I think Fessi's going to say absolutely not. I want to be into 6th place, as he pulls away down the inside, very late on the brakes, and messes it up.
Oh no, Simon Vesey. Milne ahead of Way as we turn onto Seaside Way, funnily enough. Gonna drag it out.
Oh, I love the puns with Evan Way. He can't escape them, but he's going to go for an opportunistic move. We don't see moves around here very often, but he's got it done. Very good overtake from Evan Way. For many of us, it was a very clean move, as the two teammates of Victor Barris and Tony Amena is now battling out on these last few laps. This could get very interesting between the two teammates.
We are... I mean, it has escaped me. I'm not too sure whether, laps have suddenly crunched down. We've got 2 laps left remaining here at Long Beach.
But Luca Varani now up into 6th place.
But he does have, I've just clocked him in the background there, is Simon Vesey. Directly behind Varani is Barris and Jimenez. who, especially as you were saying earlier, like, you know, they're having a little scrap between themselves. They've actually played the team game, pulled themselves up right to the back of Varane. You got to give it what you got, guys. Varane needs to defend for his life. He needs to make that Delara free about as wide as the track here at Long Beach. As we come out of the final corner, out of the hairpin, we take the white flag. We've got one to go for this group. Just there is Marto coming out the hairpin. He is your victor here at Long Beach. A great drive from him. Lamy, as long as he can hold it together through the hairpin, he's going to finish in second. It's looking very much like McIntyre. Jones is going to pick up that last podium position. Marto is your winner by 8 seconds in the end over Jerome Lamy. McIntyre picks up third. Those top three having very lonely races. Flint, didn't mention him all race long. A great result for him in fourth. Vestman picks up fifth. Varane, he held off the advancing Spaniards of DriveX Esports, Barris and Jimenez, to finish sixth, with those other two finishing seventh, though, for respectively. Fessy, ninth. Kessler, that late on spin, cost him dearly. He finished 10th. Then it was Ridgway, Putnix, and Suarez, the last drivers to finish on the lead lap officially. That's 13th place for Suarez. Then 14th, Richard Van Veen, Redders. Julio Palacio, he had a cracking race. In the end, up 34 places. Then it's to Mulkins and Leno Sherry. Likewise, he had a cracker. He was at 31. Bad day at the office. Evan Way and Linus Malm, they're going to run out your top 20. Then it's Max Bartolotta. If it hadn't been for that incident, he would have finished much higher up. Milne and Chuck Morrow, Patrick Rowlands, the last driver to finish one lap down in 24th. Then 2 laps down, it was Maruk, Morega, Brewer, Osveski, and Goyette is 3 laps down in 29th, and likewise Paolo Brame running out your top 30, and Quarter Cass also 3 laps down. And then we're starting to get into retirement territory here. Soletto, he retired the car 5 laps from the end. Scatiniti, he retired the car on lap 26. Likewise did Glamsetta. Potapenko, we lost him on lap 23. Martin Devine lost on lap 21. Kenzie Newhoff, he was having a cracker. We lost him all the way back on lap 15. Autolobs retired the car on lap 13. Likewise we did Darren Rowlinson. As to Hay, we lost him the lap prior on lap 12. We have Reed Dennis retiring on lap 11. Lap 9, that was Zoltan Zamota. Kakadi, we lost him on lap 7. Talsman on lap 3. Moreno and Cody Grams. I mean, he had a cracking qualifying, but unfortunately those two only just made it onto one complete lap before retiring. Nick Carty, Sam Hermer and Garten Imhoff all retired on the opening lap, with Luede, Arroyo, Itoa and Lehman not making the start. Wow. An interesting start there. Just our producer Samuli just posted in our chat there. Palacio gained 34 positions and still got lapped. I'm not. It's a bit of a mixed one. That it's like, yes, I've gained 34 positions, but even despite that, I still ended up finishing 1 lap down. I mean, I think that nicely sums up iGPFun from Long Beach here today.
Yeah, it kind of just tells a story at 2 different sides. You had pretty much everyone inside the top 10, I'd say, pretty much around sort of the same pace, all battling with one another. And then you had the rest of the field who just couldn't quite keep up. You had some people in there who were a little bit unlucky, like Samuel Hermer, and as you were saying, Cody Grams getting involved in a few incidents. But Long Beach never seems to disappoint, and I wouldn't mind if we had this on the calendar every single season. It's so much fun to drive, so much fun to watch, and it's been an absolutely amazing race.